Good morning, welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, where everything is a bit rough around the edges. This morning we are actually on our way to Magoebaskloof for a trail run. Ralph is doing the 50 kilometer, I'm doing the 36 kilometer, and we're meeting a few friends there, some of which are doing the 36 and some of which are doing the 20 kilometer. The Magoebaskloof Ultra actually starts from a place called Debengeni Falls, which is quite close to the town of Tzaneen, which is very far north in South Africa. It's kind of north and a bit east of Pretoria, where I live, and it's a very interesting area. It's quite wet there, and there's lots of really amazing indigenous forest, but there's also quite a lot of planted forest. There's a lot of plantations there. We just briefly stopped at Mall of the North for lunch. Ralph also had to buy a fleece because we only just now watched the race briefing video that they sent out via email last night, where apparently they say that the weather alert level is going to be like the highest weather alert level for the race, which means it's going to be cold and rainy, which means that you need a lot more stuff. And it's really nice and sunny. The weather looks great, which I guess it's going to turn and become rainy and horrible for race day. But yeah, so far it's really lovely. Do you think we're going to be running in those?
I was just going to say, we have to go up there.
Because I mean, there's that whole, like, what do they call it? The wall of Magoebas and stuff. So we've arrived at our overnight spot, which is very close to this Ebenezer or some kind of dam behind us, which is very, very pretty. And the house itself is also really nice. And tomorrow we're actually going to start doing all of the trail running stuff. Tomorrow's registration, and we have to run a prologue, which is a short little seeding event. I think it's like 4 kilometers or something, which just allows you to be in a different batch for starting on Saturday. When we got into Heinesberg, it was suspiciously cloudy. It looked almost like rain, but right now, as you can see, the sun is like blindingly bright, so hopefully the weather holds out for the weekend as well. It was quite nice. We went for a little drive in the late afternoon just after we arrived here, and we actually ended up seeing a jackal, which I'm pretty sure is a side-striped jackal, not a black-backed jackal, which I've never seen before. It's just a different type of jackal. There are 3 of us that are currently here, and 3 more people are joining us tomorrow. And we all went through the race briefing again. There are a couple of things that are slightly confusing, but hopefully everything will get cleared up tomorrow when we go and do registration. Some slight nerves, but looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Good morning. So last night it did rain a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how much. It wasn't like hard rain, but it did rain for a while. And this morning it's not raining, although there are still a couple of clouds hanging around, but we're probably going to go pretty soon to the registration and the prologue, which is at a little coffee shop called Krabbefontein, which I believe translates as Crab's Fountain. I'm a little concerned about the seeding batches because for the 36 specifically, there are only 2 batches, an A batch and a B batch, so the faster runners and the slower runners. And you need to be in the top 80 runners to be in A batch. But there's an hour difference between the start times. Like the A batch starts at 6:30 and the B batch starts at 7:30. And I have no idea why there's such a long gap between those 2. But maybe we can also find out about that at registration. We've done registration and everything and got our race numbers, and also got like a really delicious looking punnet of tomatoes, which I think is fantastic. And we're going to go and do the prologue, so I'm going to strap on my GoPro and I'll use the GoPro to film maybe little bits of the prologue. Right, so we've all done the prologue, and It was only like 3.5 kilometers, but it did have a massive hill, like a really steep hill. But it actually went pretty well for all three of us, I think. Me and Ralph and Sarah all feel okay about it. Yes, that's all done, and we're heading back home now. That's probably Johan telling us it is there. It does have 1,200 meters of elevation gain, so
Yeah, no, it's gonna be rough. The beginning part, like.
okay, so everyone's pretty much packed for the race tomorrow, but it's a lot of gear, like a base layer and a fleece and a rain jacket and a buff and 2 liters carrying capacity for water. Hopefully we've all got enough gear to be safe, at least. It is quite heavy. All of our bags are also quite heavy, but I think we're all ready for tomorrow and probably going to go to bed pretty soon now to get a good night's sleep. Ralph has set off on his 50-kilometer Magoebas Ultra Run. I've switched to filming on the GoPro because it is raining a lot. So I'm not sure about the low light functionality. I don't know how well you can even see me right now, but hopefully as the day progresses and the light comes up, it'll get better. Gotten into the forest now. It is extremely ridiculously muddy. I think it's going to be like this the whole way. I've actually caught up to Sarah. Woo! So she's just ahead of me and we're now heading down the very slippery downhill. The problem is you're sliding down. You just can't go fast because it's too slippery. The tallest planted tree in the world. Oh wow. Tallest planted tree. So beautiful. But it's really like foggy and misty. We have done 12.5 kilometers and we've done 934 meters of ascent. I think the total is 1,200 for the whole race. Yeah, my legs are feeling it with all this uphill. Oh no! And I was filming and everything, sorry.
At least you got it on camera.
It was very elegant.
It's real life, guys.
Very elegant, yeah. What you can expect on the Magoebaskloof Ultra. Mud and half of it done on your butt. You have to bleep out a lot of the dialogue. Okay. Okay. It's better down here. Oh yeah.
Beautiful view.
Wonderful view. Beautiful view. So, gorgeous. We're pretty sure that we're done with the uphills now. We're past the 17k mark and it's mostly downhill until the end. Sarah and I have just gone past the second aid station, which is at about 20 k's. and lovely people, had some nice salty potatoes, and we're gaining a lot of time back on this road because it's not slippery and it's not uphill. So at the moment we're actually only 14 minutes behind our goal time, and when we finished the uphill we were 30 minutes behind our goal time. So we're like gaining back, which is great. Roots joining ahead, keep straight, don't turn. We're back in the mud, but at least it's downhill now, so when you slip you're going in the right direction. Again, but look, everyone finished. Everyone finished. Ralph finished. I finished. Yay! We got the medals. Got the beer.
Oh, thanks, Johan. Let's go take a photo in front of that thing.
Yes. It is the day after the Magoebas Ultra. Gosh, I hope this wind isn't making the audio really bad, but anyway, I'm feeling remarkably good actually. Like, surprisingly so. Yesterday was extremely tough. It's one of the toughest trail runs that I've done just because of the mud everywhere. But it was also one of the most fun trail runs that I've ever done. Finding Sarah on the trail and then the two of us sticking together for the rest of the run made such a massive difference because we could kind of like chat to each other and distract each other a little bit. And also, just when one of us was feeling really down, the other one would go in front and we would just follow each other. And then we kind of would switch off doing that. And that was actually absolutely fantastic. So Sarah's also here, also feeling okay after the trail run. And Ralph is still in one piece somehow after his 50K. So we all did a really great job and already talking about entering the next trail run. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.